Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Harold Games, and welcome to the unofficial, I guess official start for my College Football 25 Dynasty. Getting this one started a little bit later, mainly because of the one issue that the servers, you could not play online Dynasty immediately because the servers were overloaded with people, which is a good thing. And this game, though, has played amazing for me with a separate franchise that or with a separate dynasty. I'm gonna get that confused, mixed up a lot. A separate dynasty. I'm using Northwestern, where I kind of, because of the servers going down, not being able to do an online dynasty, I had to do my offline dynasty completely offline. I mean, I could not connect to the internet, which means I could not, and if you don't know, I stream to Twitch, which is what I use to download and record, or to download and I upload like that. But that's the main reason why I'm starting this one late, mainly because if you're not connected to the internet, you can't stream to Twitch. But I also, I put this slideshow together. I zoomed way out because the stupid Twitch thing when I record on the Twitch studio, which is when you try to record a slideshow, and I don't know how to edit at all, and blacks out the slideshow. But overall, let's get ready to get this dynasty started. But before that, I do want to go over some points. If you don't know, the team that I will be using is the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. They are a one-star program in the Mountain West Conference. They were a wild card team in my poll, which I started my polls back in the end of May. So it's been a long journey, but we finally got to the point where not only has the game released, but not only has my team been revealed, but the game has been released. The team was revealed around the 10th of July, which was Hawaii. So if you voted for Hawaii, thank you. Or if you vote for whoever voted, thank you, because it was a long time. This poll actually, the final 5 teams actually got the most votes, which I love. There wasn't like 3 or 4 people just voting. And there was actually a consistent amount of votes for most of the polls, which is great. When Team Builder does eventually come out, I plan on doing a Team Builder Dynasty. I heard it's supposed to come out on Friday, which is release date worldwide. I'm hoping that's true. But regardless, I'm not going to hold EA to anything. If it does not come out right away, that's okay, because I do want to focus on this Dynasty main. There will not be any Road to Glory series on this channel unless I decide to take a different turn. But my team will be Hawaii. That's why I got this is a little island, Hawaii. Don't know if that's Honolulu's island, which is where the Rainbow Warriors are. But yeah, so here's the main slide. This is basically how episodes will be constructed. If you remember, I did this for when I recorded the Last of Us series long time ago. Well over a year ago. I kind of did something similar to this where I explained how episodes will be constructed. This is a bit different, obviously, but so point number 1, this is kind of like the setup for the beginning of the season. Before each season begins, meaning before I get to week 1 or week 0, I believe Hawaii plays at week 0 this year, so we will get a game immediately, which will be great. We will not have a recruiting episode, which I'll talk about that in just a second, before the gameplay, which will be good. So I'm excited. We'll actually bundle the recruiting and the scouting in the preseason and the week 1 recruiting and opening opening video, and then we'll get the game. So yeah. But before each season begins, team reveal, that's basically just going to be for this season. The final roster will be made, so if we have to cut any people, the cutting stuff will be in the 0.5, but I'll just show everyone the final roster if they haven't seen it. We will do red shirts. We will do custom schedules that will not be touched. Season 1 probably will not be touched for the first few seasons unless there is a really difficult schedule, because I do not want to get fired. I don't know what happens if you get fired as a coach, and I don't want that to happen. I want to build a legacy on my own without having to get fired. So we are going to make sure that that does not happen. And if we have like 6 ranked teams on the schedule, as long as a few of them are non-conference, we can change that. Conference games, they are locked in. So we can't change conference games. So if our conference all of a sudden becomes the best conference in the league and we are not a good team, that might be a bit of a concern. But we'll take a look at preseason stuff for the entire nation, like preseason polls, All-Americans, Heisman favorites, conference favorites. We'll set up a recruitment board and showcase possible gems. And when we get better, if you don't know how recruiting works this year, I'm still getting used to it. Basically, I have an allotted amount of hours total as a program, kind of like points and NCAA 14 and before. Kind of like points, but you have hours, you schedule different hours. Each player has a maximum amount of hours they can get. I believe smaller schools are less, so like they're like 50 to 55, and bigger schools you get a lot more points to spend on them. So yeah, we'll showcase possible gems when we get better and we have more hours to be able to fully scout at each player that we put on our board before we even start the season. So that is how we're going to construct our preseason episode. So for summary, look at the roster, redshirt, change schedules if we have to, take a look at all the nation stuff, and do the recording, preseason recruitment stuff, which is mainly just scouting. One thing that I do want to mention before I move on to point 2 is I will be setting a limit on, I'll be setting some rules on recruitment. And the general rules, and I put this in the notes. So I can only recruits. The only recruits I could look at have to be from Hawaii or a Pacific Coast state in the lower 48. I mean, California, which there should be a lot of potential decent players as we move up in prestige rankings, but California, Oregon, and Washington are the only states, along with Hawaii, that I can recruit from to start, and they can only be 2 stars or below. So we're going to have to really hope that we get good players, or good overall. Mainly going to be looking at a lot of JUCOs pretty much for the start. But until we move up in prestige rating, like I said, I believe we're 1 star. Until we move up to 2 stars, then the 3 stars, then we can recruit 3 stars, and once we move up to 2 stars, I'll open up more states available for us to recruit from. Once we move up to 3 stars, I'll open up to 3 stars that we can recruit and expand the states a little bit more, and so on and so on. And that'll be well down the road. But that will be how recruiting does. For the first season, you can only recruit from Hawaii and the Pacific Coast states in the lower 48, which is just California, Oregon, and Washington. And they have to be 2 stars or below. Second point, this is mainly when to expect episodes. So this is like the big point. Expect the game episodes starting hopefully Friday. I do plan on getting the game out by Friday, whether it's Friday evening or Friday morning. I don't know which would be better, but this video is going to come out on Thursday when you're seeing this, and the opening episode will be out that same Thursday, a little bit later. So the first game of the season, because we play week 0, should be released on Friday. The other thing, and this is because I don't know how to edit properly, we will have separate episodes for how recruiting is going and for in-season stats, conference stuff, awards, looking at award possibilities, rankings and stuff. That'll be a separate episode. That will be released in between games. So if we do Friday, Sunday for the first 2 games, you're going to see Saturday, Monday for the first 2 recruitment weeks, and so on. So don't expect a game in back-to-back days unless I really have a lot of free time and can do a lot of stuff. So yeah. Recruitment episodes will be looking how recruiting is going, looking how our players are going. If we have to change the depth chart, we'll do that. But it's just going to be like a general update video where you're going to see recruiting, you're going to see what's happening along in the nation, stuff like that. And one other thing, all episodes will be in one main playlist. But if you are interested in just watching recruiting playlists and recruiting videos, that will be in a separate video or a separate playlist. But again, every single video recorded for this series will be in the main playlist. So the recruiting videos will still be in the main playlist. But if you don't want to watch all the other videos and you want to try and find a recruiting video that you have been trying to find, you can find it in just the recruitment only videos. It's just a thing that I'm deciding on doing. It might be easier for people, it might not be. I'll see what people think. But that's just my 2 cents. So, yeah. Expect games to go as usual, like my Pirates and Panthers series, meaning when I record a game, you will not hear me at all. You'll just hear everything in the game that the developers put in. So you'll hear commentary, fight songs, a lot of actually really, really good stuff that the development team did. I really loved what they did. Way better in terms of a college atmosphere from 2014, but 2014 is still a really good college atmosphere game, but you just experience it a lot more for this game. So you hear commentary from me. The recruitment update videos and the general update videos will be in the off season, and preseason videos will be me talking. You will not hear anything but just me. So that's how it's going to go. The fourth point, right here, all games of my Hawaii schedule will get played by me. That's kind of self-explanatory. Basically, I'm going to play every single game every single season. I'm not going to simulate FCS games or number one team in the country games because I feel like we're going to get blown out. We are going to go get through this grind together, and because FCS teams are actually pretty good this year, which is a bit scary, we are going to make sure we win those games. And because of the every other day format, around 3 weeks for each season, but I'd like to eventually get that down to 2.5 to 2 weeks per season. If we have a high-rated team and we're just pumping in recruits like crazy, I don't want to make each season too long and drag out each season because that is going to make people lose interest. But I also don't want each season to go by very rapidly, and people will be confused, and they might be like, "Oh, I have 4 videos that I could watch today, but this is going to take a while. I don't want to," and you'll be like 6 videos behind after 3 days. So I don't want to make it too quick. I'm never going to be lower than 2 weeks in length for seasons. Basically, if I want to shorten each season, I will play multiple games in separate episodes. Record more games and get them out. Get more games out a day. So if I have to, I'll get 2 games out in a day. 1 game will be in the morning, 1 game will be released at night. So if I notice I'm starting to drag along, I'm going to start to speed up the process, especially if we're not going to make a bowl game. I just want us to get to the off season, but I also don't want to rush, and I also want to win games and not get fired because that will be very bad. Then the last point, self-explanatory. Pretty much everyone does this, but the entire off-season entire off-season will be in one video, kind of like an MLB or NFL franchise video. Every off-season is going to be in one video, so we'll see how it goes. I have not hit an off-season in a Dynasty yet. I will probably try and do one on my own separate Dynasty to try and figure out what I'm doing, because I don't want to go in there without even knowing anything. It's not like free agency or stuff, but there is a transfer portal now, so this is going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited If you're looking for Pirates videos, you're gonna see more of those too. So it's not like you're just gonna see just college football videos. You're still gonna get Pirates videos. Probably multiple videos a day if I'm doing well. But overall, I'm excited to get the series started. Expect if when you're seeing this, you'll be seeing this on a Thursday morning. If you're to this point in this video, expect the preseason video later on in the day. So yeah, with that being said, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're excited to get as long as me to get this Dynasty going. First time I've ever doing the college football Dynasty. So well, I'm ready. Let's get set and take care, stay safe, and peace.